The further we get from labor and delivery, the harder it is for me to remember my pregnancy and labor and delivery. So this is what happened. So I had my midwife appointment. I was 36 weeks. I checked my blood pressure 3 times and it was higher. So they were like, maybe go to the hospital, have them check. They will tell you what to do from there. We go to the hospital. They checked my blood. They checked everything normal. I was fine the whole time, except I had high protein in my urine. And what they did was like, we're gonna send you home, but you have to do a piss test for 24 hours. So I had this jug that I had to pee in for 24 hours. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
I had to carry that bitch into like the laboratory with me, and I'm like,
You didn't tell me about
here,
this.
I have to go get this submitted. And I'm like sitting in the waiting room with a jar of piss. Had the midwife appointment on Wednesday, went to the hospital on Wednesday. So Friday comes, I submit the piss test, and then we have all weekend, we're chilling. Monday, I get a call from the midwife saying you need to go back to the hospital because your piss test came back and you have crazy high protein in your
I love that
urine.
that took all weekend. Good preeclampsia.
It was like 11 a.m. I called Steve and I'm like, I need you
Yeah.
to come home. We need to pack the car. We need to pack the bags, like do all the things. I took a shower. We went to dinner and then we went to the hospital. By that time, it was like 5 o'clock. So
You went to dinner.
we went to
Wait.
dinner. We took our sweet ass
Everything's-
time. And I was like freaking out because I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna go have this baby. So we get there Monday night. They gave me an induction pill called Myso. The first one didn't do anything. The second one didn't do anything. Then they inserted one. It came out when I went to go pee. It didn't even dissolve. Now it's like Tuesday evening and they're like, okay, we need to like move this process along. And I was like, oh, do you?
Here it goes. It's starting.
So she put a fucking Foley bulb, Foley
Ow,
balloon
a
in
catheter.
me, and it was supposed to like open me up. It was only like 1 centimeter dilated at that point. Like, they left it in for an hour and a half.
Oh.
Not even. They were like, normally it takes like 4 hours, but I was in pain. Like I was cramping. I was 4 centimeters dilated by the time they took it out. An hour and a half later. It was just really fast. It did suck though. It was weird. Such a weird sensation. Maybe the Pitocin started after that. I'm not really sure. And then the midwife of the hospital is like, okay, well, the next step is to break your water. And I had already looked this up, and they use a little tool that looks like a crochet knitting thing. My answer was just like, well, I'm gonna talk to my husband about it. Like, we're gonna talk about it before we proceed. Because she wanted to do it like right then and there, break my water. And at that point, it's like 8 p.m. Tuesday night. Listen to this shit, okay? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to my husband. I'm not really comfortable with like a tool going up there. We'll talk about it and see how we feel. And she's like, okay, well, it's 8 o'clock. I have to do, more rounds, and then I'm gonna take a nap. So I'll be back at like midnight, and then you can let me know what your decision is then, unless you want to let me know within the next hour when I'm done with the rest of my rounds. I was like, I'll talk to my husband and get back to you.
I'm like watching this as like a drunk history in my head right now.